Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. It is a beautiful morning on the dairy farm. I'm going to bring you along for post-milking chores. We have to get the dairy herd out of the barn so we can get it all cleaned up. Right now, Dad, he's feeding the calves and he's taking care of a cow in the maternity pen. So I came back here to make sure some of the gates were open. It looks like we're ready to go. We're set to let the cows out into the yard. They have a fresh blanket of snow to walk across, so that should be really pretty and nice for them. But anyways, let's get to work here. Let's get these cows out of the barn. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoy the video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like, and share the video. And also, don't let me forget, I have a new member of Gierok Farms to show you today. So stay tuned for that.
Yesterday it snowed a little bit, so I normally don't let them in this area by the auger, but there's a little overhang here, and that's just for those extra cows we switch so they don't have to be in the snow or something. And then they lay up against the door, which is fine, but if they poop there, you gotta scrape it away before it freezes. For the auger pit, I got a little bit of a ridge here, just a little bit. It raises up about 2 inches, and it kind of goes all the way to the end there, so that if she pees here, like when it's below zero, it doesn't run down in here, because this is on the outside of the barn. It will freeze down in there. You don't want any water down in there when it's bitter cold. In the summer, it may not matter, but typically then everything just kind of drains that way. It's another little trick to prevent problems. Very, very sunny and nice today. I mean, it's cold out, but it's sunny and the air is calm. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the cows in their salt feeder over there poking around, and you can tell they like it out here. It's like kids out for recess. You give them about 2 hours or so, then they're ready to go back. This is almost perfect. I'll take days like this all winter.
The manure going here. I'm transitioning to working on the mangers and the feed portion of prepping the dairy barn. I already pushed up the feed on the other side. We got to push up the feed on this side, get it all tucked up tight against the stalls here onto our poly manger liner, which acts as the dinner plate. All right, well, Dad's working on the bedding and finishing the manure. I'm gonna go grab the 7405 and get that feed wagon up here. All right, we have finished up with feeding. Dad unhooked the 7405 because we're going to be using it for a different project this afternoon, and it's a nice enough day where the feed can sit outside for the day. But we have the barn all prepped and ready to go, limed up. Really nice and clean and dry in here. Speaking of the feed though, I wanted to update you guys on that. Our pile's been keeping very well. I think a lot of that is due to a nice winter we've had. It's been really good for keeping a pile. It's stayed pretty froze all winter, and we did put some more inoculant on too this summer, so maybe that helped. Also with our feed program, I think I've mentioned it before, but we have switched to where we put all the feed down in the first half of the day and then give them some hay in the evening along with some grain. For efficiency, that helps a lot. Then evening chores is a bit easier going. Daddy even stages the grain on this side, so once the cows are let in this afternoon, he doesn't have to worry about untying a cow and moving feed across the barn. He's got everything staged and ready to go. I think we're really enjoying that system. We're liking that system. We're doing most of the feeding in the nicer part of the day, which I think works out pretty well. But we're not quite done yet. We got to get the manure hauled out on the field, so let's keep everything moving. Also, mid-video here, I wanted to remind you guys, check out GierokFarms.com. That's our very own website. We just restocked a bunch of clothing on there, so get your sizes while you can. We also got some paintings on there if you're interested in those. Some beautiful, beautiful art. So check it out, GierokFarms.com.
Okay, a while back somebody asked how this machine works. This manure spreader. And I'll show you in here. I got these really big gears. So you got this one and this one. And this one makes the auger push the manure towards the back of the spreader. And this one pulls the manure back to the front of the spreader. And then that shaft runs the beater. And there's a beater behind the shield on the other side. And then this cylinder opens the gate with this arm. Now we get on the outside here. There's that arm again. And the gate's down in here. I gotta see if I can flip this out. It might be a bit frozen. Then there's like a gate in here behind here. And then you got your two augers, and they're buried under manure, of course, right now. So you'll see how that works when I get spread. And then this cylinder controls our flapper, which this device, so it controls how far you throw the manure, so you don't throw it like through a fence, or you get a better spread pattern depending on the type of manure. And right here's a number just a little something on the arm that tells you how far the gate's open. So like liquid manure, you might only want to open it to a 1. Bedding pack, you can open it to a 5. And of course, you always start your PTO up at idle, run it up to 540 RPMs, which is revolutions per minute. And then you got your hoses hooked into the tractor for your remotes for the 2 different cylinders. Now he's got to watch that gate because it's very icy here, and I don't want my cows to get on that ice. One thing I have to be thinking about is when it snows like this, I can't always tell where I left off. So typically what I do is I just start on a different edge of the field until the snow settles out enough to where I can tell where I was already spreading.
Okay, we got the manure spread. That turned out pretty nice. Tell where you were on a day like today. But he's gonna push up some of the feed here by the heifer pen, and then we got a little surprise in the maternity pen to show you.
we pushed up the feed with the skid steer. Every third day we bring silage up. Corn silage, haylage mix. It's roughly 50-50. Some years it's maybe 1/3 corn silage, 2/3 haylage. Depends on how I load it. But anyhow, so you notice how we lump it off with the trailer in 2 or 3 piles. Then come up and just kind of push a little bit so they all got some. And then the next day, you know, we do what I did here. And there'll be a little sweeping to do. And then we got our little square bales, which we aren't using too many now. I'm trying to go through the silage pile more now that it's cold and the feed is really good. But we'll offer them a few bales of hay tonight, and then tomorrow's silage day again. So we're really only down at the trench every third day, which is really efficient as far as I'm concerned, because it's sometimes on myself, and they go down with the trailer and tractor, then come back and get the bobcat. When the boys are here, it obviously goes way faster and way more efficient. So if I had to do that every day, it's just more time. So here's a heifer that became a cow in the middle of the night, and she is what we call the chocolates. So her mother was a brown Swiss, bred to a Holstein bull. And then you get these coal black. And you notice her feet even black all the way down to the hoof. The udder is more black than white. Usually a Holstein, the udder ends up more white. And then below the knees, there's white on every hoof. Anyway, it makes a very strengthy animal. She's kind of petite, which is kind of better for grazing and built a little more like a shorthorn. So I pulled this calf out here about 1 in the morning. Mother was already showing signs of pushing here about 9-10 in the evening. So what happens here, we're in the middle of February, the cattle it's a little different. They're getting fed different. They're maybe a little fatter than they normally should be. They're not as active. It's just simply because it's winter. They're confined. It's from the feed bunk to the water to the bedding pack. That's kind of the routine as far as exercise. This is a pretty large bull calf, and for more of a petite heifer to push that through, which if this was like middle of July, August, September when they're grazing, it would have been all different. The calf would have been maybe slightly smaller, but she would have had absolutely no problem pushing this out. Got to really be careful. February seems to be the not so good time to calve stuff for us, simply because it's, again, confinement. It's still cold. There's snow. There's lots of ice, and trying to move cattle into other areas like the dairy barn and getting her adapted. It's not as adaptable, but we still calve year round. We just try to focus more on, spring and then fall. I mean, those are the ideal times, but it's nice to, if you spread it out, we don't have all our calves at once. So if you get a scour problem with the calves, you don't have, it's nice to see a little break here and there and start again. So what I did is I got a jacket I put on him this morning after he got dried off. He was up here. He got fed here about an hour ago or so. Everything's good.
There you go. There's one of the new members of Gierok Farms. But we also have another surprise for you guys to end off the video today. I'm assuming that some of you guys will be pretty excited to meet her. So who do we have here, Owen?
We got ourselves another St. Bernard, 8 weeks old yesterday, or 2 days ago actually. And we got her about an hour away. Darby and my mom went and got her. She was the last puppy left in a litter of 4, I believe. Yeah, we got a new member of the family.
Yeah, new member of Gierok Farms.
We don't have a name for her yet.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, yes. What's her favorite activities?
Definitely, if you got socks on, she's gonna chew on your socks and put holes in them.
Chewing on stuff, that's her favorite activity.
She's chewing on your glove right now.
Oh. Hey. Hey. Hey, no chewing, no chewing. Gotta get you a couple chew toys, huh? Get you a couple chew toys. Breaking in them baby teeth.
I know it was 4 of them.
4, and she was the 4th.
Sister and 2 brothers.
Sister and 2 brothers. It sounds like most of them were sold locally to where they were born, and we were actually the farthest ones away. But it's kind of cool that it wasn't too far. We didn't have to go too far for her.
Yeah,
They said that she was one of the puppies out of the first litter of that dog. Her mother.
Oh yeah.
Mariska, we got about an hour away, and we got her about an hour away too.
Yeah.
Around the same area.
Whoa. And another brief update, we're processing some more meat, so thank you all for those comments on that last video. What do we got on the smoker now, Mason?
This is the salami that we're trying out. We haven't made salami yet, but we figured.
This we're gonna try to dry, right, after it's smoked?
I think we might try hanging it up instead of sealing it. Let it dry for a week or two.
Mom, she grew up with like a really hard salami where they hung it and dried it, so we're going to try to mimic it with this batch. But for summer sausage, we've already done 4 or 5 different kinds, right?
We've already smoked 3 of the kinds, and I got 1 more kind in the fridge.
Yeah, we did a jalapeno.
Pepper jack, normal summer sausage with Swiss cheese in it, and another normal cheddar, and then we just got normal summer sausage as well.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the update on Gierok Farms. There's a lot happening. There's a new member of the team. So leave some comments down below what you think of her. We'll hammer out a name here pretty soon. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming along with and making it to the end of the video. It was fun to do a bit more of a chore video / update video. Remember, check out Gierok Farms. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and we will see you all next time.